Mystery, wonder, beauty. I'm sure many things come to your head when I say those three words. Your spouse, a home, a place you have been. But I think of reefs and the ocean and the true majesty they hold. Did you know coral reefs cover less than 21% of the ocean floor, yet they support 25% of all marine species? Their beauty and their importance are immense, yet we humans are killing them and slowly destroying our oceans in so many ways that the water is turning into acid. You may think, why is this important for me to listen to? Coral reefs play a huge role in the balance of our world. In their habitat, the oceans cover 70% of the planet. You may think we live on land. Why would the salt water affect us? Water being such a huge portion of our planet keeps the climate in check. It regulates the temperature and filters our air. So while we may not live in the ocean, the air we breathe is touched by the water every day. Furthermore, coral reefs produce massive amounts of oxygen, and while the water filters our air, reefs filter our ocean, and the filters are becoming dirty. I have been fascinated with fish, reefs, and the ocean my whole life. I have kept many fish in thriving aquariums and learned a lot about balancing water and how if it tips too far one way, it will be disaster. Also, I have volunteered at a zoo for 5 years of my life, learning a lot about the importance of animals and of course, reefs and oceans. I've learned so much that I started educating guests at the zoo about what I have learned and what I am doing right now. I have visited many ocean wildlife hospitals and even assisted in rescuing wildlife who either ate or was stuck on human trash. Our oceans are being destroyed and our coral reefs are dying, but we can still help them. Today I would like to share with you 1, the problem we face and the facts about how our oceans and reefs help us, 2, the cause of our ocean's slow demise, and 3, the solution, how you can help us keep our oceans clean and our reefs alive. First, our reefs and oceans are being destroyed. Some of you know there are things called garbage patches, which are only there because of pollution. They are formed from clockwise currents in the ocean when garbage is picked up from the shore and brought to the ocean center, or the currents center. One of the many reasons these are dangerous is because of the degrading plastics in those patches. According to the Lancet of Planetary Health, degrading plastics produce microplastics at an overall rate of 300 million metric tons a year. This combined with natural waste produced by marine animals as well. The excess toxins in the oceans are a danger to the whole planet. Another thing extremely important to human life is the health of our reefs. According to the status of coral reefs around the world, coral reefs provide food and jobs for millions of people. They also protect coastal communities from storms and support a huge amount of marine life. Coral reefs are going through a process called bleaching, which is where reefs, including the rock, all die in mass. This is happening because of climate change and pollution of our oceans. Now that you have a better understanding of how our oceans and reefs are declining, we can now examine the cause of the decline more in depth. The cause of our water's destructions. As we already discussed garbage, we will discuss another form of human waste, CO2. Because of the human pollution in the air, the oceans are experiencing something called acidification. This acidification makes our reefs die, also discussed before, called reef bleaching. According to the special issue feature Ocean Acidification, the ocean's acidity will rise by 150% compared to the start of the industrial era. This process is a huge problem as if we stay on this current path, we could face the extinction of our oceans. As of 2019, the Great Barrier Reef was declared dead because of acidification. Luckily, there are still efforts to keep it alive and bring it back to its former glory. Which brings me into the efforts you can take to support our reefs and oceans. So how can you help save our reefs and oceans? Obviously, an effort we can all make is make sure our garbage ends up in the trash. Never throw away garbage into water of any kind. Try to reduce your CO2 production in any way you can. Participate in cleanups, advocate for our reefs and oceans publicly. Even a simple social media post to raise awareness helps. According to Hine University, there has been many battles fought legally and physically for our ocean's rights. Now more than ever, governments are creating legislation to regulate the ocean's pollution. So if you can do it, we can do it too. Help our government save our water. In closing, our oceans are dying, and we can still help them. You know the problem we face, why it's happening, and how we could fix it. There's so much we could do to save our beautiful water, and I believe we could change this world for the better. No water, no life, no blue, no green. Sylvia Earle. Save our waters, save us.